Welcome back, everyone. It's finally here, Super Bowl 48. The Seattle Seahawks take on the Denver Broncos. Denver are favored by 2.5 points, and the total in this game is 47. You know, not really surprised that these two teams made it to the Super Bowl. At the beginning of the year, if you would have said it'll be Seattle, Denver, hardly anyone would have argued with you. They both deserve to be here. Each team is number one in their conference, but that's where the similarities end. Seattle Seahawks are the number one defense, and Denver Broncos are the number one offense. So this should be a really exciting game as the immovable force meets the unstoppable object. Let's talk about some of the things that should happen in this game. The first thing you want to consider is that normally defense wins championships. And obviously, Seattle has a very good defense. One of the better ones that have made it to the Super Bowl in recent years. They may not be as good as that Bears defense back in Super Bowl 20 or that Ravens defense in Super Bowl 35, but these guys are really good. And they're led by Richard Sherman, fresh off of that epic rant that he made after the game 2 weeks ago. These guys are really deep in the secondary, and in today's NFL with a passing offense of attack, this is the kind of defense that you really must have. Their front seven is very good as well. The only problem is that Denver's offense is so good. They're, first of all, led off by Peyton Manning, who is going to be going to the Hall of Fame right after he retires. He might have had the best season of any quarterback ever. And he's arguably the best quarterback of all time, too. And he has a stable of wide receivers and tight ends that are very deep. He has a lot of options at running back. So any advantage of having the best defense should be negated here. The game is going to be played in New Jersey. The NFL probably picked one of the worst years ever to have the game outdoors up north. We all know how poorly Peyton Manning plays outdoors in the cold, but it's not going to be that cold this Sunday. I checked the temperature. I'm making this video Thursday morning, and the weatherman calls for a couple of degrees above zero, so it won't be ridiculously cold, and there should be no disadvantage that Manning might have had. Also, because it's in Jersey, this is where Peyton's little brother Eli plays for the Giants, and this should give the Broncos a bit of a home field advantage here. A couple of years ago, the Super Bowl was in Indianapolis when Peyton was still a Colt, and that's, to me, what helped the Giants with Eli Manning beat the heavily favored New England Patriots, or they were favored anyways. That, to me, is what put them over the top. I think this is going to be the same thing here. Plus, it's on the East Coast, and Seattle's a West Coast team, and East Coast people don't like West Coast people, and vice versa. My point is that the advantage that Seattle usually has at home is not going to be theirs. And that is the biggest advantage. Those are the loudest fans in the league, and Seattle plays so well at home, they just crush their opponents. I give the advantage to Denver. And finally, it's all about veteran leadership. Seattle is a lot younger than Denver. They're led by Russell Wilson at quarterback, who is more or less at the beginning of what should be a long and illustrious career. But he's facing off against Peyton Manning, who obviously is considered one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. This could be his last game, too, depending on his prognosis in the offseason on his neck. There's guys on defense like Champ Bailey, who may retire. The urgency is right now for Denver to win, and I think having that veteran presence on that team gives them an advantage, kind of like last year with Baltimore beating San Francisco. Baltimore had Ed Reed and Ray Lewis towards the end of their career, and they were able to beat a younger, I think better San Francisco team. I think that's what's going to happen in the game this Sunday. You might also want to look at Denver's defense. Shouldn't be considered lightly here. That's a pretty good defense themselves. Offensively, Seattle really has Marshawn Lynch, a great running back, beast mode. A couple of good receivers as well, but not nearly the level of Denver. If the Broncos are able to stop Marshawn Lynch running the ball, this will make Russell Wilson have to throw it try to keep up with Peyton Manning. I don't think that's going to happen. I actually think this is a game that's going to be won quite easily by Denver. I'm going to predict the score, Denver 34 and Seattle 20. So take the Broncos to win the game, take the Broncos minus 2.5, and take the over 47. Okay, that's my prediction for the Super Bowl this year. I'd just like to thank all of you for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Without you guys, this wouldn't be any fun at all. So once again, big thanks to all of you, and we're going to see you next in the Gio Knows 3 awards video coming probably sometime after the Super Bowl. Okay, for the Gio Knows YouTube channel, I am Gio. Enjoy the Super Bowl, and let's take the man's money.